What's up guys, today we'll be going over the new Vanguard ritual weapon Edgewise, which is a large machine gun. It comes with 4 different perks that you can choose between, then also is another 900 RPM LMG. And in this video we'll be breaking down how good it is in PvE and comparing it to 21% Delirium. So first, how to get this weapon. You have to do this quest line right here that you can pick up from Zavala, and you need final blows with machine guns, final blows with solar weapons, and also journal defeats and strikes. And it's 1000 LMG kills, 1,500 solar kills, and also 10,000 defeats. And you gain more progress doing it in higher tiers of strikes. So not only can you do this in the strike playlist, you can also do it in nightfalls, and the higher the tier of the nightfall, the more progress you will get per kill. And looking at all of the LMGs in the game that are solar, there are only 3, one of which is this Edgewise, which you won't have while trying to get it, obviously. So probably the best option is fixed odds, which is from the Menagerie, and you can get it very easily with some good rolls. You just want to go ahead and use that in strikes. If you're playing casually, you can just do strikes normally. I got done with the defeats pretty quickly just in the first week on my account by just playing stuff and doing nightfalls and things like that, not really trying to farm it at all. But if you do it with a machine gun on, especially a solar LMG, you will get down with all 3 of the quest steps pretty quickly. You can do all the usual tricks such as load up a strike and go into Lost Sector and things like that, or Blind Well, something like that. Or you can even go into a Nightfall if you have a fire team of 3, or it match makes and you can just farm a Nightfall. The higher the tier, the better. Or you could even go into Lost Sector in one of those Nightfalls and just farm the Lost Sector. It's pretty much all the same old tricks from previous strike-based quest lines, so go ahead and do that, whichever one you prefer. Anything from casual strikes in the playlist to, 980 Nightfalls, whatever you want to do, all will work. Some will be a little bit quicker than others, but just doing this one Lost Sector got me roughly like 3% on machine gun kills, so definitely not that bad. Now looking at the perks on the weapon, it's a rapid fire frame, has light mag, which is pretty cool. Then you have the option between Feeding Frenzy and Field Prep. Then you also have the option between Rampage or Demolitionist. And once again, this is a 900 RPM machine gun, which is new this season outside of 21% Delirium, which was the only one before, which was a Pinnacle. And now just looking at how this weapon feels, well, it's gonna feel a lot like the 21% Delirium if you ever use that or had it on your account. It pretty much just shreds. It shoots very, very quickly. Shreds right through anything that walks in front of it, majors, red bars, anything like that. And right now I'm on the Rampage option while showing this off, so obviously once I get that Rampage times 3 up, it's going to kill even quicker. And the reload actually isn't even that bad on either option either, so it's pretty good LMG overall. Now breaking down the perks and seeing which one is better, first with Feeding Frenzy versus Field Prep. First looking at the reload speed increase from Feeding Frenzy, getting a kill to proc the perk, then reloading, see how long that takes. For a machine gun, it's actually not that bad at 3.3 seconds. Now the other option in that slot, which is Field Prep, you're going to get increased ammo reserves, faster reload, stow, and ready while crouch. So once again, testing the reload while crouching, it's actually made a little bit quicker than Feeding Frenzy at 3.2 seconds. And on top of that, you also get more ammo. First, without the perk on, you hold roughly 334. Now if we go ahead and swap back to Field Prep for the more ammo reserves, see how much more we get. Now keep in mind, this also was a quicker reload, and now we hold 100 more ammo. And on top of that, we can put on a new arc chest piece and put on double machine gun reserves on top of Field Prep. And now we hold 506 ammo, which is a lot for a single machine gun. So Field Prep is definitely better in the first slot, just get used to crouching. Then on the second slot between Rampage and Demolitionist, which one is better? So let's first look at Rampage, and he has a Rampage spec already on this weapon, which will increase the uptime of Rampage. So first looking at the numbers, with times 1 I hit 606, times 2 667, and finally with times 3 I hit 733. So Rampage times 1 is 10, times 2 is 21, and times 3 is 33%. So they're not the same that they used to be, but still not that bad. Now looking at the other perk in this slot, Demolitionist, getting kills will give you grenade energy, then getting grenade kills will refill your magazine. And this is really good on special and power weapons. It takes only 7, sometimes 8 kills to get your entire grenade back, which is absurd. That is so quick. That's pretty much like Devour tier good. Then whenever you get a grenade kill, it refills your magazine, so you can kind of do this little combo back and forth where you get 7 kills and you just throw a grenade and never have to reload, which is a really good cycle, and it has a really good flow to it. And it works really well with a machine gun, obviously, because you're using this mostly for ad clear. So getting that 7 kills, getting a grenade back and forth is really, really smooth. So in the first slot, Field Prep is definitely the better perk to use. It's the quickest reload, the most ammo, all that good stuff. Just get used to crouching whenever you're using it or whenever you have to go to reload. Then the second slot, Rampage is a good option if you're just trying to shred through ads and pair that with a Rampage spec. But if you're trying to get something that has a little bit more utility and feels a little bit more unique, use Demolitionist. And if you're using Demolitionist, you probably should just put it on a backup mag, which will increase the mag size because obviously Rampage spec no longer works. And overall, I think Demolitionist is better because you're getting your grenades so quickly. And it's not like that 30% from Rampage is make or break for the weapon. You're pretty much going to shred through stuff no matter what, even with or without that 30%. So why not have that grenade energy? No matter what you're doing, having your grenade more often is definitely going to benefit you. Now let's go ahead and compare it to 21% Delirium, which is also another 900 RPM machine gun. And this one now has overflow, then also killing tally, and was the Game at Pinnacle weapon from 2 seasons ago. And before this machine gun came out, it was probably one of the best machine guns in the game, especially in this meta. So let's go ahead and look at what some of these perks do and kind of compare it. So first, looking at the ammo reserves, once again with double reserves, it holds 455, which is roughly 50 less than the Edgewise with field prep. So Edgewise still wins out there. And with backup mag on this weapon, it normally has 115 in the mag, but if you proc overflow by picking up a special or power ammo box, you get up to 230 per magazine, which is a lot more than Edgewise. Now looking at killing tally at ×1, ×2, and ×3, hitting 909 at ×3, so the percents are going to be a little bit higher at 22%, 43%, and 65%, which are pretty much old Rampage numbers. So for the purpose of just slaying out enemies and red bars and majors and things like that, 21% Delirium is definitely better than Edgewise with Rampage, because this is going to be a higher percent. Also, way more uptime on killing tally until you store the weapon or reload, which you don't have to do that often. You will maintain killing tally ×3 and it will not go away like Rampage. So I think if you're using the machine guns for major clear or sustained damage on a single target, obviously 21% Delirium will be better in those scenarios, and kind of makes using the Rampage on Edgewise pointless. But using Demolitionist on the Edgewise for that grenade cooldown, and also pair that with field prep for really good reload speed and more ammo, is definitely very viable. So these two machine guns are actually pretty well balanced. 21% Delirium is going to be really good for just pure shredding through stuff, while the Edgewise will be really good for utility and ammo reserves. And overall, both of them feel like they just shred through anything, which is why I kind of like the Edgewise with Demolitionist, with that utility of the grenade cooldown. So which one's better? Well, it's not very obvious which one is better. Killing tally is definitely better than Rampage, so if you're going to use Rampage on Edgewise and you have 21% Delirium, you may as well be using 21% Delirium. So once again, just recapping a few thoughts, if you're trying to clear out majors and single target damage, 21% Delirium is definitely better. If you're just clearing out red bars where, you know, you don't really need that extra percent per bullet, then using Demolitionist on Edgewise, then also taking advantage of the more ammo field prep, will definitely feel a lot better and help you a lot more. Once again, these weapons are pretty much a coin flip of which one is going to be better. Depending on your playstyle, depending on your build, depending on what you're doing, one might be better than the other. Overall, both feel amazing and pretty much are the two best machine guns in the game, probably right up there with Thunderlord. So should you get Edgewise? Yes, if you have the time. If you already have 21% Delirium and you don't really care about your grenade cooldown, then maybe not get it. If you don't have either 21% Delirium or Edgewise, I would definitely say Edgewise is the more versatile weapon and more useful in different scenarios, and overall is a lot easier to get and a lot more manageable compared to getting a full reset in Gambit, which is required for 21% Delirium. So Edgewise is definitely easier to get and more bearable, and overall is a better general purpose weapon. But with that being said, if you have time to get both, 21% Delirium is also a very solid weapon and definitely worth your time. Anyways, let me know what you think about these two weapons. They were both pinnacle/ritual weapons. Let me know if you have both of them, or you plan on getting one or the other. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.